Okay, welcome back, APBA fans. Hope everybody had an awesome Thanksgiving. Coming on here very early in the morning, Friday morning. Looks like December 1st, and I want to do a couple things here this morning. I'm going to finish this game of APBA I started yesterday morning. I couldn't complete it before going to work. It was going to the 15th inning, and I wanted to just kind of document a typical weekday morning in my life. What I do um, with these Apple projects, in order to get a lot of games in, I typically get up very early in the morning, usually about 4 at the latest, to get to try to roll as many games of APA and other games I can get in before the day starts. Everybody, I still work. I'm 52. I probably still have about 15 years left of work to do, in my career. So, but I definitely, not of that group that like doesn't puts their hobby away, then they come back to it and they retire. I kind of, in a nice way, I kind of feel bad for those guys that I see those, read those articles. Like I've played APA 50 years ago. I worked and this and that, and I'm coming back to it. I kind of miss, like, wow, you missed out on a lot of years of gaming there. But um, anyways, what I do, I get up, I get my shower, I get the coffee brewed. Um, I have a special. We usually get Costco, like Tim Hortons or Starbucks, or I think we have down there Dunkin' Donuts now. So I got Dunkin' Donuts brewed, and I use Cremora, hazelnut creamer. I'm totally addicted to it. Fantastic stuff. So what I do, thing with hobbies, and I was gonna suggest to Ron and Dave a topic is families and hobbies, and um, my wife's like quasi supportive of the hobby. She knows how important it is to me, but she doesn't. She would, ever since we started dating, she kind of wasn't a real big fan of anything I kind of liked, enjoyed. So I was a big into golf. She couldn't stand when I went golfing. Which, I mean, that's pretty much what the common lot of wives. APA, it's a lot of times. See, when I come in from work, usually about 4 or 5 o'clock, it's time to cook dinner, spend time with her, and then by then it's like I'm almost, tired, too tired out to do anything. So I'm usually in bed by about 8, and that's why I miss a lot of you guys doing your late night streams and things. I'm normally sleeping by then. Just because I get up, I usually work sleep like 8 to 4 every day. So I sleep a pretty good 8 hours every night. So let's get on with the game. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the situation here. This is a game, and you're going to come across these. This is in my steroid era, and we're playing the game of Monday, July 26, 1993, between Boston Red Sox and the Milwaukee Brewers. These two teams are battling for the cellar in the AL East. Both aren't too good. Boston has pretty good pitching, but they really struggle with the hitting. I mean, other than a couple guys, maybe Greenwell and maybe half another guy, but even Mo Vaughn isn't even that awesome. What you're going to see. Milwaukee's terrible in all facets. They can't hit, they can't pitch, they can't field. So they're in the basement. So Boston's threatening though to join them in the basement. So that's where we're going to pick it up. In this replay, steroid error for 93, I'm using ball stat. You can't see it on the screen, but I'm going to be scoring it on ball stat. And ball stat's nice. It does all your stats for you. It's a little bit hard to, it can really turn off a lot of new gamers because there is a learning curve to it, which is kind of steep. And to get comfortable with the program, it's a shareware. It's a free program. So like in life, you get what you pay for. So there's no real documented help with it, other than like there's a Delphi forum, which is fantastic. And a good friend of mine, John Callis, did some fantastic videos on how to use ball stat to the fullest. So you want to check those out. It's KALOUS John, and he does some great series of videos on doing ball stats if you ever need help with ball stat. So when I'm done with this game, let's see what time it is. It's 5:16 a.m. So it's kind of late for me. Like, I normally get things rolling here on the table about 4:15 or so. So I'm about an hour behind on my gaming. And today I gotta make sure my daughter gets up for high school at 6. So I probably have about 45 minutes here to do this. And when she gets off to school, I work in banking, and I work hybrid. So I work downtown Pittsburgh part of the week, and I work at home part of the week, which is nice. So today I'm working from home, which is good. So after I'll drive her to school to be nice, and after I'm done driving her to school, I'll have a few more minutes of looking at my games or looking at what's online, and then I'll have to start work normally about 7:30 a.m. every day. And I'll probably take a half a day today because this is a special week. We have all those Black Friday, which I call them gifts. I joke with my wife, I got my presents in the mail gifts. So some of those Black Friday purchases are starting to come in. So I did have one. The first one just came in, and I'm going to unbox it as soon as I'm done with this game. So let's see if we can, what's going on here. So we're on the top of the 15th. The score is 1-1. We're playing APBA Master game. And right now, Boston's at Milwaukee. So the story of the game is the only run, B.J. Surhoff had an RBI single in the 7th, scored Greg Vaughn for the Brewers' only run. And Red Sox, let's see, they scored their only run in the 1st inning. A Mo Vaughn single scored Billy Hatcher. So right now, Mo Vaughn is up for the Red Sox here in the top of the 15th. For the season, he's batting .275 with 23 home runs and 385 at-bats. A decent season. So in this game, he's 1 for 3. So we're going to roll. On the mound for Milwaukee, we have Doug Henry, who just came into the game. I was using all the team's top relievers, so we're down getting into the worst relievers. So Doug Henry is now pitching for the Brewers. He's a D-star YZ, 4-star if you're looking at the Master game. And he's a righty facing Greg Vaughn. 64 on Vaughn's cards of 37. So 37 is a rare play check. So we're going to get right to the rare plays. Now, the thing with this rare play board, which I know it turns off a lot of gamers who start the Master game, but when you're on the bases empty rare play board, it's very rare to get an actual rare play. Most of the results you're going to get on this, you're going to see are balls, strikes, and foul balls. So it's going to be just like re-rolls, but let's see what happens here. 36, that might be something. So 36, 37. No, it's not. It's just a foul ball. So we're just going to re-roll on Greg Vaughn. The pitch from Henry. 66 gone. 66, that's out of here. Now, Master game, we have to check a couple things before we call it a home run. Does the pitcher have a home run letter? No, Henry does not. Lastly, I do use the ballpark effects, and Boston is a -2 for this game. So with the ballpark effects, they're in County Stadium. You have to roll the ballpark to see if the ballpark takes away the home run, which so a -2 means you have to roll 11 or 12. And that is out of here. Move on. So we'll go A4 home run. It is now 2-1. I figured I got to change my thing now. It's now 2-1 Boston. Didn't bump that. So you find a 2 there. Like I said, I was using those payoff pitch things for my stream. So I said, it's not the most professional. I'd like to do what you guys do, some of the top YouTuber guys who stream these games and put put some kind of something on your stream. I think I have to get StreamYard to do that, or some OBS. I have to get my son to maybe help me out with that. He's pretty good with that stuff. He knew about OBS, even though he's not into this hobby, like what we're doing here. He was aware of what that was. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. So let's just go, so let's say it's 2-1. We'll use a dice. We'll say they have 2. They have 1. Remember Hockey Unreal used to do those hockey videos. He would put those Uno cards up. 1 there. And we'll call it 2 there. How's that? Looks better. All right, let's go. Probably get rid of those little pieces of paper. Kind of useless. Okay, 2-1 Boston. They took the lead. Next up, Ernie Rouse. He's not doing too well. He's batting 141 with 3 homers, 78 at-bats. He's only got 143 at-bats on the season. He's got to get 55 is a 9. He's going to add 1 to righties. So it's a 9 on a grade 5 pitcher's a single. So you got to talk, every time I talk bad about these players, they come through. So Ernie Rouse on first. His speed is 12. His steal is A11. So A stealers can go in pretty much any situation, but the 11, it means only has 11 chance out of 36 without it, the modifier. So very rare, slim chance he'll steal it. So let's see what happens here. So nobody out, and the next batter is Scott Fletcher. 22-7. He's a righty. So right away, I just know from memorization that that's a single to the left, and there's not going to be any advance for Rouse to third. Because it's a play that there's very low or no probability that he's going to make third. So I don't even have to look at the chart on the hit value there. Since I know that right-hander, when he gets a 7 with a runner on first, I know there's no going to be any advance. So I don't even look at I don't bother looking at the hit value. Okay, first and second, next batter is Scott Cooper. Let's put that single in. Scott Fletcher. So the Red Sox got first and second, nobody out on Doug Henry, trying to add on some insurance runs. There's Scott Cooper up. He's a left-hander. 23-26. Now that 26 with first and second, I know that's an infield fly roll. Now the boards don't say infield fly roll, but they say like infield fly. The reason they don't say infield fly roll is the boards aren't out specific, so you have to have a 4-sided third for an infield fly roll, and it has to be 0 or 1 out. So the boards aren't differentiating the 0 or 1 out, 2 outs. So I just know that 26 with first and second is the infield fly roll. Okay, John Flaherty's up. 1 out. Top of the 15th. Red Sox lead 2-1. 64 is a 13. That's a strikeout. Let's put that into ball stat. Okay, Flaherty goes down swinging. That's 2 outs. And I'll bring up Luis Rivera, first and second for the Red Sox, 2-1. $53. That's going to be an error check to the, looks like, catcher. So it's 22. Yeah, so their catcher's not real good, I recall. That is Dave Nielsen is a 6. So 22. So we're going to check Nielsen's 6 rating. That's going to be a fielding 3 play. So single to left. Runner scores on drop throw. Other runner to third. A7, E2. Batter to second on throw home. Wow, so that was a mess. So left fielder. Where'd that play go? Left fielder was Greg Vaughn. Fires in to try to get Ernie Rouse trying to score. The throw is there, but Nielsen just cement hands drops that ball and looks around for it, and the chaos ensues. Scott Fletcher takes third, and Luis Rivera goes all the way to second base. So we have second and third now. So we'll go. There's he scores. This guy goes a third. Okay. We'll go EA7, E2. And we'll do a manual advance to make sure Rivera goes to second base. Okay, so we have second and third, 2 outs now. Red Sox got 2 runs in here this inning now with 2 outs. Second and third. And we're back to the top of the order. Billy Hatcher, who's batting .291, 7 homers. 27. Henry make it out of this. 27. Okay, we're going to do a fielding check on a third. That's just a ground to the third. Let's go 0-5-3. No advance. Okay, let's see who we're going to bring it in to close. That's 3 outs. Red Sox take a 3-1 lead. Bob in the 15th. And we're going to have Scott Bankhead. Even though he didn't have any saves, he's the best reliever the Red Sox pen left. Because I've used Greg Harris, I've used Ken Ryan, Russell I've used. Let's see who else we have. Quantrill has a save, but I'm going to use Bankhead because he's a BY. He's a 12-star. Try to close this out for Boston. So let's go new pitcher. I normally don't play this slow. I'm kind of like talking through the game, but just kind of enjoying the situation here. So, like I said, with these, when you do a long replay, you're going to have a ton of games like this between 2 teams that are totally out of the race. You're going to have a lot of games between teams that are like eliminated from the race and late in the replay. But in those games, you have to find ways to kind of enjoy the situation, enjoy like the maybe individual accomplishments these guys are doing, like who's coming in and out of the lineup. So let's see what we got up for the Brewers here in the bottom of the 15th. We got former Red Sox can lead off, Tom Brunansky. He's not doing too well either. I just trash talked him. So batting a .192, 4 homers, 193 at bats. Late in his career, I remember he had. We were really into that Red Sox Blue Jays race in 1990. Watching that, and on ESPN, and Brunansky had that big catch in the outfield, and some announcer was like Brunansky. So a friend of mine, I used to, whenever he was up in APBA, we'd always like do that ESPN call, Brunansky. I think it was like the clincher when Red Sox clinched the division in 1990. So check it out on YouTube. Anyways, Tom Brunansky's up. Nobody out. Okay, Brewers down 2. Scott Bankhead's in. He is a 12-star righty facing a right-hander Brunansky. 14, that's a 30. That's a fly to left. Easy can of corn. The left fielder Mike Greenwell makes the play, 1 out. Next batter is Dave Nilsson. Dave Nilsson on the year is batting .223, 6 homers, 206 at bats. 15-10. 15-10. He's adding 3 to righties. So knocks Bankhead up to a 15. He might have got him. 10 on a 15. I think that's an out. That is. Popped him up the short. So Scott Bankhead gets the pitchers out. Pitchers out's like any out that comes off of the pitcher affects the out. So big play there by Scott Bankhead. Nice pitch to Dave Nilsson. Okay, and last chance saloon here for the Brewers. It's going to be Juan Bell. Scott Bankhead kicks, deals, 52-27. It's a grounder down to Cooper. And he'll fire over to Greg Vaughn and make the play. And that is it. Ball score has detected. The visiting team has won the game. Click OK, then press N on the keyboard to select end of game information. So when you do ball stat, I'll just show you guys real quick, then we'll come back up. So after the game in ball stat, I'm going to show you guys how nice this is. And like I said, I enjoy the paper scoring immensely, but this part of ball stat right here, which I'm about to do, it just kind of washes out the desire for paper scoring and keeping hand stats. So right now I've finished this game, so I just have to hit N. It's going to bring this screen up, and then the ball stat doesn't know who won the game, so you have to tell ball stat who won the game. So in this game, Greg Harris won, and Scott Bankhead had the save, and the loser was Doug Henry. So it knows which team won or lost, but you have to put it in like who had the save. Since Ballstat doesn't understand the save rules and things like that, you have to enter that in. Just want to double check what day that game was. I guess it was like the first game. I think this is right. Yeah, this is the right game. 7/26. We're good there. So you hit OK. All right, then now you hit save, so it's going to save it to your database of games for that replay. So now it's saved. Now it's not. The stats are not updated yet. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to hit my 1 button just to get my box score up. So once that's up, then I'm going to save it on update the stats. So how I do that, I go back to the scorebook. I Control V, say update the team. Boom. Now it just updated all the Red Sox season statistics for that game. Then I have to do the same for the home team. I go Control H, update the team. Yep. And it's going to ask me if I want to restart ball stat for another game, and it just pops right up a fresh ball stat screen. And what I do, I just go back to my box score, and we'll look at it. So in this game, I like to look at the multi-hit games. We have Billy Hatcher, Greenwell, Vaughn, Scott Fletcher, Luis Rivera multi-hit games. Greg Vaughn for Brewers, the only multi-hit game. Wow, that's bad. Like a 15-inning game, you only have one guy with multi-hits. You see how their offense really struggles. Greg Harris goes to 3-3 on the year. Bankhead gets his first save. Doug Henry with the loss. You see they used a lot of different pitchers here in this game. Like I said, I couldn't even finish this game yesterday morning. Red Sox improved to 45-54. Brewers fall to 40-57 on the year. So that, my friends, and what I'm going to do here, I'll just put my screen, I'll show you what I do in my post-game wrap on paper. So I want to put this away since I'm going to do my unboxing here now. So I do the cards, so when I put them back in the envelope, I have 2 stacks for each team. I have the farm team, the players that aren't on the active roster, 25-man roster. I face them this way, and then I put the active 25-man roster for the replay here. So as players come in and out, some will go get pulled off of the farm teams here, and they'll go into the top pile. Then I'll have to put a card from here to the farm team. And I keep them like that so I know who's on the farm team, who's on the... now throughout the replay, I write on these envelopes at the beginning of the replay, two-team players. So on this for Boston, Yvonne Calderon gets 213 at bats for the Red Sox, and he goes to the White Sox for 76. So I'll write that on here at the beginning of the replay. Deere, he comes over from the Tigers to Boston for 143 at bats. So he just arrived in Boston. Calderon just left. So Calderon got his 213, and now he's on the White Sox. Down here, what I'll write is for that month, I will write in any injuries and any mid-month like position changes. I normally go by the same lineup every day. I create my own lineups. But if someone only has, like, say, 50 at-bats left in the replay, I'll play them until, like, the middle of the month. And then I'll put another guy in. So right here, I'll put the notes is, like, what I want to do to move that guy to the out of the lineup and bring this other guy in. And I'll also put in some injuries. So right now, they have Red Sox were dealing with some injuries. They had Carlos Quintana's out till game 104. So that was just game 99 for them, so he's still out. Tony Pena was out till game 97, so Pena's he's off the injured list. He got injured. These two guys got injured in a game. They collided. So Tony Pena is going to come back in the lineup here next game for John Flaherty. All right, so let's put this away. The same thing with the Brewers. See the active, and then I have the farm team here. In there. Put this away. I'm going to come back and probably play some more of that later on today, if my wife allows me. So let's see. All right, so let's put this away here. Let's go here. All right, so what I do after the game to log it in, I have this, I use these score sheets, or these, I use the APBA schedule. Right? Like I said, I know I have Digital Diamond, I have Replay, I have Stratomatic, like helpers to do all these schedules online, but APBA does these nice schedules like they sell. So they even give you like a little write-up about the season. They tell you about all the pitchers each team used. They give you a list of all the starters that team used. And then they tell you every game, the date, who the starting pitcher was. So right here, we're on Monday, the 26th. So it's 3-1 Red Sox. I'll write 3-1. And that's it. So as you can see, all the scores, I write the scores as they go. And I look at it, it kind of gives me an idea of how much more I've left in the replay. So these ones in the red or pink, I played the 93 National League years and years ago. Oh, it's years ago, about 10 years ago. So these scores I have, I wrote in here 10 years ago. So right now I'm just filling in the American League. So the American League, National League was all finished. And these are all the ones that are not in pink are the American League games that I have to roll. So I have about 400 games left in this to go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little write-up here. Let's say it's game number 6. I do this just so I have something written down for the game to help me remember it and enjoy it more. So we have the winning pitcher. Like I said, I don't have to do this at all. You don't have to do this at all. No one has to do this at all. I just do it to have paper and pencils so I can like remember what happened here. So winning pitcher was Greg Harris. Goes to 3-1. Losing pitcher was Henry. Goes to 2-3. Home runs in the game. We had Mo Vaughn hit that big home run in the 15th. His 24th of the year. I'm going to put that as a highlight. Not every game do I do a highlight, but I'll put a highlight here. So I'll go Vaughn, Boston, go ahead, solo home run, and the top of the 15th. That was game 6 of this block. So I have about 25 games to go in this block. So, but 19 more after 6 games. So that's the next one. So this is a 4-game series. So I got 3 more games to go with this Red Sox versus Brewers. So put that aside now. So let us do an unboxing. So let's get a quick drink of coffee and do a time check here. I'll tell you what, Dave and Ron did a fantastic thing last night with that payoff pitch community project. I was never, ever interested in fictional, but as Dave does, the pusher he is, came up with a fictional project, and it looks so fun. And I'm excited to see how many orders Joe Bryan gets for this fictional season today from that stream last night. I'm thinking of doing it myself. I'm thinking of going in and getting a PDF. Like I guess I'm not really interested in fictional, but that seemed really interesting what Dave was doing, like playing like an MLB team. Plus I get see, I have a Pile of Shame and payoff pitch here, which is kind of like sad. I have I'm gonna talk payoff pitch. I've got this really nice brick of 94 cards here. I haven't even opened. I probably had this here for like a year and haven't opened it yet. So I know the thing is, you know, I know when I open this, I got to start sorting them. So I think that's what kind of prevents me from opening that. And Dave had a video about like sorting the cards, and it also, I mean, touches on something I was thinking about last night. Like all these companies have something that kind of annoys the gamer, and we still buy from them, we still love them, but every company I thought of does something kind of like annoying. Like payoff pitch, I could say, does, you know, you have to sort the cards. APBA, you know, that I love everything APBA. I know things other people don't like about it is they think APBA is like some big corporation. They're going to respond to emails with apologies and blah blah blah. That's not APBA. He's not going to do that. He'll fill your order, make you whole, but he's not going to be some like automated robot. Like, I apologize. Here's your situation's resolved in 24 hours. It's not what APBA is about. And you gotta understand that when you deal with them. Strat, you know, they do what annoys people about Stratomatic is like the lack of seasons in stock. They're not updating their computer game, and then when they come up with new things, it's like this Strat Baseball Max, which isn't really, you know, knocking people's socks off. It sounds like even Replay. I mean, Replay is an awesome game. They have some seasons they're missing, which folks are looking for. Plus, one thing that kind of irks me with Replay, which is they kind of overestimate their pre-orders, which I hardly ever do pre-orders, but they are pre-ordering 98. They're coming out with 98 any day now, and they've had it on pre-order for months, and he puts the months that he says it's going to be available, and he had it on, it was going to be available in October, and it went all the way through till recently. He just changed it to shipping soon. So like, I've been waiting for this set since October 1st to come, and it's now December 1st and it still hasn't come. And I'm thinking, I work in business and in banking, and I was always, you kind of want to like under promise and over deliver. So like, I wouldn't even I mean, you kind of want to get pre-orders. I know they kind of want to kind of generate that interest and see how much interest they have in that product, but it's really it's not good service to like tell somebody you're going to do something in October, but then in December you still don't have it. So I know it's a touchy subject, but I just don't agree with that, because I know Pete does an awesome job with everything else. Even his service is tremendous. But let us go to let's go to the unboxing. So give me a quick sec here to X this out. Do a quick time check here. Oh man, 15 minutes. That stinks. That's my life though. It's like a very scheduled out. Like I got things to do. I have my son's in college, which I don't have to, worry about him. He's doing his thing out there. But my daughter's still ninth grade, so I still have family in the house and things going on, and so very scheduled out. So not to wish away my life, but I wish I had more time to do these like we always talk about, because what I want to do right now is I want to do this unboxing. I want to fire up a game of this, what I got in this box, like right now, but I know I can't because I have to go to work and take my daughter to school. So let us go. And then even tonight, when I get done work, my wife's gonna probably want to go shopping or do something, and then my daughters want to go do something, and by then it's like 7, so I don't have like my time's on my own. And everyone that has family and can understand that. We sometimes, yeah, it's nice to hang out with the wife and all, but sometimes I'd rather come up in here and play games. So let's go to, let's see what we were doing here. Okay, give me a quick second. I'm gonna do something real quick here. One thing these guys who, I just did this. I don't even know why I did it. You see this a lot. People, they X out names to preserve identity of people, blah, blah, blah. And, in this internet age, and I don't think guys are aware of this, but anybody can find out where you live right away on just a simple Google search. So I think that's kind of like pointless, because if you just go to Google, everybody knows my name's Gilles Thibault. Pittsburgh. You guys know I live in Pittsburgh. First thing comes up, shows where I work. It's got like my old addresses from a long time ago. Let's see if I just do Gilles Thibault, Pittsburgh's address. I gave a couple, it gave me some old addresses I had in college and everything. Hey, interesting. Maybe it is kind of secure. So like with Google, it gives addresses of people, but you're not like 100% sure that's like an old address. So hey, interesting stuff. All right, so let's see what came in the box here. So like I said, this is beginning of Black Friday goodies. This is the first package that came in. I ordered this on Sunday, and it came on Wednesday. So I was very surprised, because I went down to get the mail. I didn't think anything came, because the mailman normally, when he brings like the boxes and stuff, he has to like get out of his truck and then walk the box up to my porch, and I kind of hear his keys, and I hear his truck, the trunk of his mail truck slam. But he just put stuff in my mailbox. So I was working from home, I think, Wednesday, and I went down to get the mail later on, and this was in the mailbox. So he didn't even have to go up to my door. Let's see what came here. Let's check the clock and the countdown here. 5:50, 10 minutes in this video. Like I said, that's my life. I'm rushed. My time is not my own. But I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take a half a day. So I think what I'll do is I'm just going to tell my boss I'm going to leave at like maybe 11:30 or so. I work like a 4-hour day. I work like 7:30, 11:30. And I get paid time off. I have vacation time and occasional absence time. I have a bunch of that I could use. I think I'll throw in like a half-day vacation, just come back to some gaming. So if, like I said, my wife lets me, my wife knows I'm taking a half a day. She's, oh, ho, ho, we're going to do some things. So that might not be, this might not help my gaming, but this recently came out, this set. So APBA did not, as everybody knows and was upset about, did not have any sales. However, they had an odd, every newsletter he does, John likes to do a new product. So his new product, one of his last newsletters was, they redid the 97-98 hockey cards, because what he said was something about the Sports Reference, like Pro Hockey Reference, finally came up with time on ice stats. Now, I have no idea how that affected these cards. I mean, this is kind of like a mystery how these cards are created. But let's just take a look at a few teams, see what we got here. So, wow, those cards are brand new, just hot off the presses. So, one thing I like about 97-98 was I don't think Lemieux played this year for the Penguins. I think he was hurt, and it was like Jaromir Jagr's year. This is like Jagr led the league in scoring. Red Wings won the Stanley Cup. They beat Capitals. So Gretzky led in assists. Let's see. Penguins had the most points in the Northeast Division, 98. I like this. I like these late 90s. Yeah, Lemieux didn't play at all that year. I like these late 90s, early 2000s Penguin teams that were run by like Jaromir Jagr. So they were like Jagr's Penguin teams, and they were always pretty exciting to play, and they were really tough back then. And Tom Barrasso at 2.07 goals against average. He was 31-14. Jagr, it's 102 points, 35 goals, 67 assists. Another thing with this season, I'm going to show, take a look at Montreal. This was the only, went to a bunch of Penguin games, but let's take a look at this. The Expos, the Canadians. This was the only Stanley Cup playoff game I ever attended live, and I saw the Canadians beat the Penguins in person in Pittsburgh. It was really cool. My dad and I went down with all our Canadians gear on. It was fun. My dad almost get killed, after they, Penguins, Pittsburgh fans, when they lose, they're like, not as bad as Philly fans, but they're not friendly if you're rooting for the other team and they beat the Pittsburgh team. They're not going to be nice to you. But my dad is kind of a loudmouth after a few beers, so I'm happy we got out of there alive. But the Canadians beat the Penguins in that playoff game. They won the series too. Let's look at Montreal. So we have Sebastian Bordelot, Patrice Brisebois, one of my favorite Canadians. He's from the 93 Cup winning team. He's a 4 defense. Let's see what else is good with him. Cornerback, he's a corner 9. That's not that great. 31 assists. Benoit Brunet, Mark Bureau, Brent Clark, Shane Corson. Man, Shane Corson's still on there. I think he's from like the 88-89 team. He has 4 defense, 4 intimidation. Vincent Dampoose, Eric Hode, Saku Quavu, Vladimir Malikov, decent defenseman there for a few years. Dave Manson from the Blackhawks. I didn't know if he was. I had no idea he went to the Canadiens. Peter Popovic, Patrick Poulin, Stefan Quintal, Mark Recchi, the Wrecking Ball, former Penguin. Craig Rivet, Martin Rajinski, Terry Ryan, Brian Savage. Savage was like one of their top scorers. He's got 26 plus 25 is 51. So that means he's like an all-star type card. I mean, that's a really good Brian Savage card. Turner Stevenson. Zarley Zalapsky. He's played for the... I didn't have no idea he played for Montreal. He played for the Penguins. Andy Moog, former Bruin and Oiler. He's on the Canadiens. And same guy, my same last name, Jocelyn Thibault, in goal for the Montreal Canadiens. So fun stuff. So I'm going to enjoy playing that. Like I said, I wanted to get one of these games fired up. I wanted to play a game of that and show you. I might still do that this weekend. So I haven't put hockey on the channel for a while. So what I'll do is maybe I'll play a hockey game this weekend. I can just put down my baseball games. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's my typical morning here in Pittsburgh. Is I play games, I go to work, and hopefully I can play some more later on. But like I said, that's iffy. So have a great morning. Talk to you guys later. Have a fantastic day. See ya. Bye-bye.